Have you ever felt it? That strange heaviness when she's beside you? She smiles, she laughs, she even says the words you've been desperate to hear. But deep inside, something feels off. It's the way her eyes drift for a second too long, the way her hugs don't sink into your bones anymore, the way silence has replaced what used to be effortless connection. And you can't shake the question that keeps haunting you. Is she truly in love with me, or is she only forcing herself to stay? This truth cuts deep, and most men never want to face it. But avoiding it doesn't change reality. It only delays the pain. What you need to know, what almost no one tells you, is that many women stay in relationships not out of passion, not out of desire, but out of fear, comfort, or the weight of obligation. They keep giving you pieces of themselves, even when their heart is no longer in it, and by the time you finally notice, it's often too late. That's why you're here. Because you don't just want surface-level advice. You want the truth, the unfiltered raw reality of how to recognize when a woman is forcing herself to love you. And I promise you this, once you see the signs, you'll never be able to unsee them again. You'll look at her words, her tone, her body language, and you'll know. You'll know whether the woman beside you is standing there because she truly desires you, or because she's trapped by a bond she doesn't want anymore. And this is where it hurts. Sometimes, her efforts to pretend are so good that you start to believe them, convincing yourself that love is still alive. But the human heart is smarter than we give it credit for. It senses the truth before the mind admits it. That uneasy feeling in your gut, that's your warning signal. That's your subconscious screaming that the love she gives isn't pure, it isn't effortless, it isn't free anymore. What I'm about to reveal isn't meant to break you. It's meant to wake you up, because no man should waste his life begging for love that isn't real. One of the first signs that a woman is forcing herself to love you is subtle, yet it speaks louder than words ever could. Her energy shifts. When a woman truly desires a man, her presence radiates warmth. She leans in, she listens with spark in her eyes, she mirrors your energy without even thinking about it. But when that desire dies, something inside her disconnects. You'll notice it in the smallest ways. How she suddenly takes longer to respond to your messages. How her voice sounds flatter. How her laughter feels rehearsed instead of flowing naturally. She may still say, "I love you," but listen closely. It doesn't carry weight anymore. The words leave her lips, but they don't echo in her soul. She might cook you dinner, spend time with you, even kiss you, but each action feels mechanical, as if she's checking off a list of what a girlfriend or wife should do, rather than expressing what she actually wants to do. And men who ignore this pattern set themselves up for heartbreak because they mistake habit for love. Here's what most men miss. Women are masters at maintaining appearances. She can stay in the relationship out of loyalty, guilt, or fear of hurting you, but her body betrays her. Notice the distance she creates during intimacy. Notice how she avoids long eye contact, how she pulls away first when you hug, how her touch lingers less and less. These are not accidents. They are her subconscious revealing the truth she doesn't dare say out loud. And when you ask her what's wrong, she'll brush it off. She'll say she's tired, stressed, busy with work. But deep inside, she knows, and so do you, that love isn't supposed to feel forced. And yet, she's there, trying to convince herself she still feels it. Men often confuse presence with passion. Just because she hasn't left doesn't mean she's truly with you. Sometimes, the cruelest form of heartbreak isn't her walking away. It's her staying beside you while her heart slowly walks out the door. That emptiness you feel when you're with her. That's the silence of love that's already gone. Another undeniable sign that a woman is forcing herself to love you is the way she avoids emotional depth with you. In the beginning, she shared everything. Her fears, her dreams, her childhood memories, the secrets she never told anyone else. That intimacy wasn't just about words, it was about trust. about her allowing you to step inside her inner world. But when love becomes an obligation, when she's pushing herself to feel something that's fading, her openness closes like a door. You'll notice conversations become surface level. She'll talk about work, about her friends, about daily routines, but rarely about her soul. When you try to reach for her emotionally, she'll give vague answers, change the subject, or retreat behind silence. And you'll find yourself wondering, why don't we talk the way we used to? Why do I feel like I don't know her anymore? That's because part of her doesn't want you to know her anymore. She's distancing herself, even if she doesn't fully admit it. When a woman forces herself to love you, she doesn't just withhold vulnerability, she withholds her admiration. Pay attention. Does she still look at you like you're the man she respects, the man she desires, the man she's proud to stand beside? Or does her gaze carry a dullness now? A woman in love naturally uplifts her man. Her words encourage, her tone inspires, her presence fuels your confidence. But when that love becomes fake, her encouragement fades. Instead, you may hear criticism more often, or worse, silence where there used to be praise. And here's the part that stings the most. When her emotional connection dries up with you, she might unconsciously seek it elsewhere. Maybe through her friends, maybe through hobbies, maybe even through subtle conversations with other men that spark the excitement she no longer feels with you. She doesn't even have to cross a line physically. The betrayal begins the moment her heart invests more in the outside world than in the man she's with. If you feel her pulling away emotionally, don't brush it aside. It's not stress. It's not just how women are. It's her spirit resisting the bond. And the cruel irony is that she's staying with you while starving you of the very intimacy that once made you feel alive. There's a particular kind of silence that speaks louder than any argument, and if you felt it, you know exactly what I mean. It's the silence that sits between two people who used to talk endlessly, who used to laugh at the smallest things, who used to stay up all night dreaming together. When a woman forces herself to love you, that silence creeps in like a shadow. It's not peaceful silence, it's empty silence. The kind that makes you feel like a stranger in your own relationship. You'll notice she no longer initiates conversations the way she used to. You're the one asking the questions, keeping things alive, trying to ignite the spark. She responds, but her replies feel short, polite, almost distant. That hunger to know you, to dive into your thoughts and feel connected to your mind, it fades. And with it, the bond begins to fracture. A woman who is truly in love wants to know everything about you. She doesn't just love your presence, she craves your essence. When that craving disappears, it's because she's no longer fully invested. Even in conflict, you'll see the difference. When a woman loves deeply, she fights for the relationship. She argues, she cries, she tries to be understood because she cares. But when she's forcing herself, she stops fighting. Instead of fire, there's indifference. She avoids conflict, not out of maturity, but out of detachment. She doesn't argue because she doesn't care enough to fix it anymore. And indifference, not anger, is the true death of love. Then there's the way she reacts to your presence. Pay close attention. Does her face light up when you walk into the room? Or does it remain neutral, unchanged? A woman who's forcing herself may still go through the motions. She'll greet you, she'll sit with you, but the energy is missing. Love is felt in micro moments, in small reactions, in the sparkle of her eyes. When that sparkle dims, it's her soul showing you what her words might try to hide. The hardest part for most men to accept is this. Her body language tells the truth, her mouth will never confess. You can feel the withdrawal. And if you're honest with yourself, you've already noticed it. Another sign that she's forcing herself to love you is when her priorities quietly shift away from you. In the beginning, you were at the center of her attention. She wanted to spend time with you, plan things with you, build memories with you. But now, you notice a change. She fills her calendar with everything except you. friends, work, hobbies, family. Suddenly, you're the last option instead of the first thought. And while she might insist she's just busy, the truth is much darker. A woman in love makes space for the man she desires. A woman forcing herself will use busyness as an escape. Think about how she treats time with you now. Does it feel like a choice or an obligation? Does she look forward to seeing you? Or does it seem like she's simply showing up because she feels she has to? Real love carries excitement. It makes even the simplest moments, watching a movie, eating dinner, driving together, feel alive. Forced love feels heavy, like something she's enduring instead of enjoying. And here's where many men fool themselves. They mistake presence for passion. Just because she's physically beside you doesn't mean she's emotionally with you. She might sit next to you on the couch while scrolling endlessly on her phone. She might agree to go out with you but seem distracted the entire time. She's there, but not there. And you feel it. You feel that emptiness pressing down on you, even if you don't want to admit it. Another brutal sign is how she speaks about the future. When a woman is genuinely in love, she naturally imagines tomorrow with you. She talks about plans, dreams, goals that include the two of you together. But when she's forcing herself, her language changes. She avoids future talk, or if she does mention it, it sounds vague, detached, non-committal. She might still go along with your plans, but the enthusiasm is gone. It's as if she's living in the present moment, just enough to keep the relationship afloat, without investing her heart in what's to come. And deep down, you know what this means. She's no longer building with you. She's maintaining an image, holding a role, but her heart is already halfway out the door. There's a pain every man feels but rarely admits, the slow erosion of intimacy. When a woman is truly in love, intimacy is not just physical, it's emotional, it's playful, it's magnetic. She kisses you with intention, touches you with warmth, and looks at you like you're the only man in the room. But when she's forcing herself to love you, intimacy becomes transactional. It feels like an obligation, a duty, something she gives because she thinks she should, not because her heart is overflowing with desire. You'll notice it in her kiss. Once passionate, now it feels quick, routine, or absent altogether. You'll notice it in the way she holds you. Her embrace no longer melts into you. It's brief, almost distant. And yes, you'll notice it in the bedroom. She might go along with it, but the energy is flat, the enthusiasm missing. She avoids eye contact. She rushes through. She turns away after. These are not accidents. They're signs of a heart that's no longer fully invested. But here's the brutal truth most men ignore. A woman can still sleep beside you every night and yet feel completely disconnected from you. She can still fulfill the role of a partner, but inside, her passion is gone. And if you're honest, you can feel the difference. You can sense the absence of fire. You can sense when she's not truly present with you. And it doesn't stop at physical intimacy. Emotional intimacy fades too. She stops sharing her day in detail, stops asking about yours with genuine interest. When something excites her, she shares it with her friends before she ever thinks of telling you. Slowly, you're no longer her safe space. You're just someone she coexists with. That shift is devastating because it tells you one thing: she's no longer leaning into the relationship. She's pulling away from it. Men often wait too long to face this. They tell themselves it's a phase, that it'll pass, that stress or time will fix it. But forced love rarely revives itself. What usually happens is that she stays until she finds the courage to leave, or until another connection reignites the passion she lost with you. And by the time you wake up to it, she's already gone in spirit. The last and perhaps most heartbreaking sign that a woman is forcing herself to love you is the emptiness in her eyes. You can't fake that. You can fake words, you can fake a smile, you can fake effort, but the eyes will always betray the truth. When she used to look at you, her gaze carried warmth, admiration, and desire. Now when she looks at you, it feels flat, distracted, or even burdened. It's the look of someone who's staying because she feels she has to, not because she wants to. And men, this is where you need brutal honesty with yourself. Too many of you convince yourselves that as long as she hasn't left, she's still in love. But ask yourself this: do you really want a woman who stays out of guilt, fear, or comfort? Or do you want a woman who chooses you with passion, who looks at you like you're her safe place, her anchor, her greatest desire? Because here's the truth no one likes to say: love that's forced is not love at all. It's a performance, and living inside that performance will slowly destroy your spirit. A woman who's forcing herself to love you may never say the words, but her actions already have. The distance, the lack of intimacy, the shift in priorities, the silence, the absence of admiration, all of it adds up to one reality. She's staying, but her heart has already left. And your gut knows it. You felt it in those quiet moments when you wondered, does she really love me? Or am I just someone she can't let go of yet? That question is your inner wisdom, and you owe it to yourself to listen. Now, I'll leave you with this. You deserve a love that doesn't have to be forced. You deserve a woman who looks at you with fire in her eyes, who chooses you not because she feels obligated, but because she can't imagine her life without you. Settling for anything less is the slowest form of heartbreak. So let me ask you, have you ever felt a woman was forcing herself to love you? And what did you do about it? Leave your story in the comments, because another man out there needs to hear it. And if this video struck something inside you, like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who needs this wake-up call.